good look there at one of the oldest parks in the National League, Shea Stadium in New York, as MLB The Show gets set for another edition of Major League Baseball. Straight ahead, a special Memorial Day ball game for you here, and we've got a good one, as it'll be the Florida Marlins taking on the New York Mets. Hello again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here with my colleagues Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler as we get set for what should be a good one. And Soup, we turn to you first. What will be the one thing we can keep an eye on here?
Well, one guy that'll make his presence known has got to be Carlos Beltran. When you talk about a five-tool player, this guy's got to be right at the head of the discussion. He can do it all on a baseball field.
All right, Dave and Hud will join us shortly, but let's get to our new era Caps starting lineup as the visiting Florida Marlins align like this. Leading things off is Cameron Maybin. He'll be out in center field. Jorge Cantu is in the second spot. He'll play first base. After that, the speedy young shortstop Hanley Ramirez. Jeremy Hermida follows him out in right. Dan Ugla bats fifth. He'll play second. Then comes the left fielder Josh Willingham. Alfredo Amezaga, the third baseman in the number 7 hole. Matt Trainer will be behind the plate and hit 8th. Anibal Sanchez will be on the mound for the Marlins and bat number 9. And they'll be opposed by the 3-time Cy Young Award winner right-hander Pedro Martinez. A lot of eyes will be on Pedro this season as he'll be a full season removed now from the rotator cuff surgery that kept him to just 5 starts a year ago. At 36 years old now, however, we'll see if he can return to being the Pedro of old. And in the field, we see the Mets will line up this way. Into the box is the leadoff hitter Cameron Maybin, and we are ready for baseball. First pitch of the ball game here is taken for a cold strike 1. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Now here's the pitch. And a foul pop behind the plate. Castro will wait on it. And he's got it for the first out. Jorge Cantu steps in now. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Oh, that's tantalizing for a hitter, but he was wise to hold back.
Good time to take something off, but it's 2-1 now. In there, and it's even now, 2-2. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Yeah, tough to elevate on a fastball down there. That's a good spot to miss.
And this ball is popped up, drifting back behind the mound. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out.
Well, Matty, 2 up, 2 down. He's looking for a 1-2-3 first inning.
Hanley Ramirez will be the batter. Here's the first pitch to him. And he misses inside with that one, ball one.
Yeah, you're always looking to keep guys honest with fastballs on the inside part of the plate.
Just underway from Shea Stadium. And he gets around on the fastball here as this is hit fairly well out toward left field. Alou will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. So a rather pedestrian start to the top half of the first. And now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. Now the starting lineup for those Mets reads like this. Leading things off is the shortstop Jose Reyes. Moises Alou bats second in left field. Carlos Delgado will bat third. He's at first base. Carlos Beltran will bat next. Really struggling against right-handed pitching, something to be aware of. Ramon Castro bats fifth. He's behind the plate. Luis Castillo will bat sixth and play second. Andy Chavez, the right fielder, bats seventh. Marlon Anderson will hit eighth and play third. And on the mound, batting in the number 9 spot here, former Cy Young Award winner Pedro Martinez. Anibal Sanchez will be on the mound to face them. He's a guy that's got pretty good command of his pitches, but he's got to make sure he doesn't fall in love with the fastball because guys in the past have had a tendency to sit on it and have success against him. And in the field, Louisville Slugger shows us that the Marlins will align themselves like this. Right back to work as the shortstop, Jose Reyes, digs in to lead off the bottom of inning number 1. Hit hard, but foul. And here's a fastball called for strike 2. Pitch on the way. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And yet another foul ball here as this finds the seats and the count will remain at 0-2. Now a bullet back up the middle. And that is by him on into center field, so good hitting on 0-2 nets him a leadoff single. Moises Alou will take his first cut to the ball game here. Reyes holding, here's the pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Well, this is a veteran team, and they'll show patience, so it's important to get ahead in the count.
Swing and a bullet to the right side. In there, a base hit. The relay throw, and he is safe on a close play. Carlos Delgado stands in now, and you see he's been hot of late, hitting in 10 straight ball games now. Out in front a bit as this is pulled down the line to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. What a play! So a runner on second with one down now. Here's the ever-dangerous Carlos Beltran. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one.
And he's living dangerously now. He won't keep getting away with that location.
Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
Trying to backdoor him, but it stays outside just a bit.
And he misses 2-1.
I don't think my eyesight's that bad. That looked like strike 2 to me.
In there, 2-2.
And Matt, don't be surprised if they go back to the changeup again with 2 strikes.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
And if you're going to miss with a fastball, that's the spot to do it.
And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. And he looks at one that misses, and that's an excellent job of making his man throw a lot of pitches as he toughs out a walk. Ramon Castro will get his first cuts here. And he takes ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. And the slider hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. Maben is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. 2 men on, 2 out, and stepping in now is the second baseman, Luis Castillo. And he gets under this one a bit as this is lifted into center field. Maben will have room, though, as he makes the catch and the side is retired. So it's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. Second inning coming up here at Shea. Mets out in front, 1-0. Jeremy Hermida will stand in now, and he enters working on a 9-game hitting streak. Now here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0.
Not a bad spot to miss. You'd love to get him to reach for something.
And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
And here's a case where you can just sit on fastball. If you don't get one, just take it.
Swinging a high pop-up right in the center of the diamond. Therefore, it is Anderson, 1 away.
Boy, on 2-0, you can afford to lock up on a location about the size of a shoebox. But you see right there, he goes after a pitcher's pitch and pops it up. That's not a good at-bat.
So 1 gone now for Dan Uggla. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, and that's a good spot to try to get somebody to pop the ball up.
The 1-0 pitch. Now a fastball popped high in the air over toward the right side of the infield. And he'll put this away for the second out. Josh Willingham digs in at the plate.
Left fielder, Josh Willingham.
First pitch on the way. And a ball, 1-0. We're in the second, 1-0 Mets early on. Fastball at 88 that time, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, not a lot he can do with that fastball.
And this ball is popped up right back behind home plate. Castro is in his tracks now. As he puts this one away, the side is retired. So not much trouble there for Pedro. On now to the bottom of the second. The Mets lead it 1-0. Indy Chavez will start things off in the bottom of the second. And they guessed right on the bunt, but this is going to be close. And a barehanded pickup. Throw in the dirt, but a good job of staying with it that time as he's retired. Marlon Anderson will get his first opportunity now. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. 1-0 on the way. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. A diving effort there by Ramirez, but he can't quite get there. It's a base hit.
And one thing you like about Ramirez is that he really goes after the ball aggressively. Great effort that time, but he just can't quite reel it in.
Pedro Martinez will take a long look down here as he may be bunting to avoid the double play. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one. And they'll try and play for one here as he gets this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Trying to avoid the double play ball that could have ended the inning. When you don't have confidence in a pitcher swinging the bat, this becomes a very wise play.
Jose Reyes will stride in again. He singled and later scored his first time. And a fairly generous strike call there on a pitch that looked off the plate. It's strike one.
Boy, when you're getting calls out there, you can really be tough to hit.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Good patience there to stay back and watch that all the way.
Now a called strike on the outside corner as that zone seems to widen some. It's 1-2.
And these pitches better be well off the plate if you want this umpire to call him a ball. He wants to make you swing.
Pause, now the pitch. Fouled back. And a swing and a ball hit foul heading for the seats. So another foul ball here, and it remains 1-2. Runner in scoring position at second with two down. Now a swing and an easy ground ball to first. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. And not in time as the run scores. So it's a runner at first with two gone. And that'll bring in the 40-something veteran Moises Alou. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. The throw to third, but it's way late, and he's in there. Carlos Delgado will stand in. He grounded out his first time. Ball one.
Trying to work him down the zone. That's just where you need to keep that fastball.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. The 1-0 to Delgado. Left it up in the zone, but it's a strike, 1-1. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2.
And he's maybe a pitch away from working out of this with just 1 run scoring.
Has to fight to stay alive as this is fouled off to the right. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
And he's having a little trouble controlling that pitch here early on.
And the slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
And with the count full now, the runner on first should be off with the pitch here.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. Swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. Ugla is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll go now to the top of the third. The Mets lead this one 2-0. Alfredo Amezaga is ready to go here as we begin the third. Now here's a slow grounder to the left side. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Matt Trainer will dig in here. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Castillo has it. Throw on to first, and Pedro sets down the first 2 to face him in the inning. Anibal Sanchez will step in now.
Pitcher, Anibal Sanchez.
First pitch coming. And he lays off there, 1-0.
Might have wanted to go up and get that one, but wisely laid off.
Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1.
And it's definitely early, but he's showing no-hit stuff so far.
One pitch is a circle change. It hits the target, 1-2. And the pitch. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. We'll see Carlos Beltran first when we come back, but they're on top 2-0. Carlos Beltran makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Swinging a high pop-up straight back, though it looks as though he'll have room back there. And there's your first out of the inning. Ramon Castro will stand in. fires a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
And he'll make you bring that fastball up a bit before he takes a whack at it.
Tries to uppercut that thing, but missed it, 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good rip at that thing. Hitters love the high fastball.
And a strike on the fastball, so from 2-0, it's 2-2 now. And a foul ball straight back. Now a swing and a sharp ground ball toward the hole. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a one-out base runner. Luis Castillo will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Not a bad spot to miss. He might even go chase it out there.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. Runners off for second. Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow! Andy Chavez will be the batter. And now the runner's trying for third. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he'll be tagged out trying to steal third. That just doesn't make much sense as the inning is over.
This is something of a cardinal rule. You don't make the last out at third base. Not a good idea there.
No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete. The Mets are out on top, 2-0. Cameron Maybin will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th. Now here's the first pitch. Good fastball to start the at-bat from Pedro. It's 0-1.
Hitting his spots with a fastball now. Got him to swing right through it.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. And a fastball taken the other way, but this should be routine out there in right field. Chavez is there, 1 away. Jorge Cantu will dig in. He popped out his first time. Ball hit on the first pitch out to the shortstop Reyes. Throw on to Delgado for out number 2. Hanley Ramirez will try it again. He flew out his first time. Here's the first offering. Called strike at the letters, 0-1.
Let a good pitch go by, but at least he gets the sense of how quick that fastball's getting on him.
And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike 2.
And he's pitching like he's double parked right now.
Too low with a fastball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty easy to lay off it when it's down that low.
Here's the pitch. In the air to center. Beltran will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. Nothing doing here this half. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Mets out in front, 2-0. Andy Chavez will lead things off here in the home half of the 4th. Now the first pitch. Ball 1. Pretty well hit deep down the line in right, but that's back into the seats foul. And that misses. 2-1.
Trying to lock him up there with a fastball. That's a good spot to miss.
Now here's a swing and a bouncing ball for Ugla at second base. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. Marlin Anderson will stride in again. He singled and later scored his first time. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. And that misses up and in. 3-1. Called strike 2, and now it's full 3-2.
He's got to drive that fastball the other way.
Full count offering on its way. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul.
Nope, that's foul.
Out in front as he yanks this down the line at first. On to first, but it's too late as the first base umpire says they just missed getting him at the bag. Pedro Martinez steps in now. First pitch to him. Wanting to avoid the double play here as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
Trying to avoid the double play ball that could have ended the inning. When you don't have confidence in a pitcher swinging the bat, this becomes a very wise play.
Jose Reyes will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far. And he looked like he lost his release point on that fastball. It's 1-0.
And I think hitters can tell early that a fastball down and in is one they can lay off.
And he takes a cold strike one. Fastball in the dirt, and that's going to get away. And over to third now is the runner. And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
And there's about 40,000 umpires in the house that think otherwise.
2 outs here with a runner at third. 2-2 pitch on the way. Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here.
No, foul ball.
And this ball is also hit foul and heading for the seats, so we'll have to do it again. Still 2-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and he sets him down for out number 3. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We played 4 full. The Mets lead this one 2-0. Jeremy Hermida will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Hit hard to the left side. And that's in there. Base hit. Dan Ugla will dig in. He popped out his first time. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
He's got to be careful not to overstride into a pitch on his hands like that.
Pedro checks, now the pitch. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now. Nobody out, runner on first. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2.
Good zip to that one. Gets that one in on him before he can get his hands through.
Grounded to third. This could be 2. Oh, and it eats him up. Throw in time as he's called out on a very close play at second. An early look at the line score here tonight as we play the top of the 5th. And boy, just one lone hit for the visitors this evening as they've been taken to task by this starter. Josh Willingham will dig in. He popped out in foul territory his first time. Swung on and missed for the first strike. And Willingham watches that one miss. A ball and a strike. One pitch on the way. And he gets under a curveball that time as this is lifted in the air out to left. Under it is Alou. 2 gone now. Alfredo Amezaga will stand in. He grounded out his first time. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
And he'll be effective if he can keep that fastball down there.
fouled back.
That ball's foul.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. A runner on first with 2 away. From the stretch. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. We'll see Moisés Alou start it off when we return. They're up 2-0. Moisés Alou will stand in to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. And here's a fastball in for strike 1. 91 miles an hour that time. And now this is swung on and pulled down the third base line. Base hit.
Third hit of the ball game for him. All of them singles, and he's certainly been a tough out to this point.
Carlos Delgado will step in, 0 for 2 with a run batted in thus far. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
And we should highlight the fact that he's hitless thus far, so that 10-game hitting streak's in jeopardy.
Ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. Now the 1-1. And there's ball 2 now.
And this is a guy you'd probably rather pitch to the corners instead of up.
And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. To Ugla for 1. On to first, a double play. So 2 gone in the inning for Carlos Beltran. Field and deep back is the right fielder, but he will look up and watch this one sail out of here. A solo shot here for Carlos Beltran. 6th home run on the season for him, and the Mets have taken a 3-0 lead. Now a ball crushed high in the air, deep to left, way back there, and that one is long gone. A solo shot for Ramon Castro, and the Mets have jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Luis Castillo is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. Oh, he rips this one to first. And a little self-preservation down at first as he pulls that one in to end the inning. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. 5 innings complete. The Mets are out on top, 4-0. Top of the 6th inning coming up. It's time to check out the Upper Deck in-game box score, and really not a lot to show you for these guys. Just 1 hit through the first 5 innings. Matt Trainer will stand in. He grounded out his first time. First pitch coming. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. He comes up empty that time as he's underneath it, 0-2.
And you'd love these 8 and 9 guys to get something going here before the lineup turns over.
Ooh, tough to lay off there, but it's called a ball, 1-2.
Oh, and how disciplined do you have to be to lay off that pitch on 0-2?
Now the pitch. And the fastball from Pedro's right by him as he chalks up the strikeout. Scott Podsednik will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Your attention, please. Attention to the Marlins.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to first. And Delgado will just step on the bag for the out. Cameron Maybin will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far.
Cameron David.
Now the first pitch. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1.
And when you've been around as long as he has, you'll get that call sometimes.
And that misses, 1-1.
Boy, I think that umpire just flat missed this one. This should be strike 2.
And this is swung on and bounced on the ground to third. Throw on to Delgado will take care of him, and the inning is over. And that's 6 shutout innings thus far as he's been very difficult to solve. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the home half. The Mets lead it 4-0. And before the Mets come to bat here in the bottom of the 6th, let's check out how they fared individually through the first 5 innings. It's our in-game box score. A new pitcher coming on now. It's the former Crimson Tide standout, left-hander Taylor Tankersley. Andy Chavez will dig in, 0 for 2 thus far. And that misses for ball 1.
And this is one of the few guys in the lineup that has not joined the hit parade so far.
The next pitch. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Well, judging by his release point there, he just doesn't look like he's totally warm yet.
And this is heading out toward left field, but this is going to get fouled up into the crowd. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
And he'll sling that thing across the strike zone, but he can't nip the corner.
And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th. Marlin Anderson will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips thus far. First offering on the way. Grounded, foul. And a swing and a bouncing ball back up the middle. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit. Throw into third. But too late, and he's safe at third. Pedro Martinez digs in at the plate. Fastball in there for a called strike.
And with a shutout going through the first 6 innings, no thought of a pinch hitter here.
Runners are at first and third with none out. On the ground down the first base line, Ramirez. On to first, and it's a well-turned 3-6-1 double play, and quickly there are 2 gone. Jose Reyes will get another shot now, 2 for 3 in the game. And that misses ball 1.
And sometimes when you're a leadoff hitter, go ahead and take a pitch. Let your pitcher catch his breath for a second.
And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Ball hit high to the right side, but this will get into the seats, foul. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. So 1 run here, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. The Mets lead this one 5-0. Jorge Cantu will lead it off here in the top of inning number 7. And here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0.
And I think he just got a gift call right there to begin the at-bat. That should have been a strike.
And now a sharply hit ball toward the right side as this gets fouled past the coaching box. Hit on the ground to shortstop. And he throws it away.
Don't quite know what happened here. He might have taken his eyes off the target or something because this throw's not even close.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Reyes on to Delgado, but it's too late as they just get the 1.
Matt, without jinxing anybody, they've still got a big 0 in that hit column.
Jeremy Hermida will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And they'll start him with a fastball that's low for ball 1.
And if it weren't for this guy's hit earlier, we'd be having a no-hitter going in the 7th inning right now.
Fastball again, but this one's by him for strike 1. Pedro will turn and go to first. Almost caught him leaning that time. Two and 1. Now a move over to first. And a dive, but he's back. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2. Here's the 2-2 offering. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
And if you throw enough fastballs in succession, guys are going to time it, so be careful.
On the ground to second base, this could be 2. Throw to first gets Hermida as he's set down for the second out.
Don't want to help the pitcher out, but I think he did that time as it looked to be ball 4.
Dan Ugla will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. He's ready now, the pitch, and he takes ball 1.
And if they try and come back in with another fastball, I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting on that baby.
Swung on and missed, 1-1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
And it's been a steady diet of fastballs so far.
Swing, and he popped him up over in foul territory back behind third. And Anderson will take care of this one to retire the side. 7 shutout innings for him thus far as he's really been in control here. 7th inning stretch time here at Shea Stadium. The Mets are out on top, 5-0. Justin Miller will be the new pitcher. Moise Salou will step in now to lead off the home half of the 7th. And a ball, 1-0.
And these guys have been very patient with that slider away. They have not chased very often.
1-0 pitch now. That's by him for strike one.
Boy, that thing's really moving sharply at the end.
Swing and a miss. Good sinking action there. 1-2.
That is such a valuable weapon when you can spot the fastball down there.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground. And Meziga's throw is right there for the first out. Carlos Delgado will step in. 0 for 3, but with an RBI. Swinging a hard-hit ball back up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a one-out hit. Carlos Beltran will dig in. 1 for 2, including a home run thus far. Nowhere close with the fastball to begin the at-bat. It's ball one. And he gets a piece here as this ball's fouled away. Runner at first here, 1 man out. In there, 1-2 now. Outside and low that time. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Down the line, but this is a foul ball. Another 2-2 offering. In the dirt here. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Payoff pitch one more time. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. Ramon Castro will step in. He homered his last time around. And a fastball just misses for ball one. And that misses 2-0. And a foul ball straight back. At first, Delgado, now the pitch. Swinging the ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Mets lead it 5-0. Josh Willingham will get us going now in the top half of the 8th. First pitch coming. And he lays off there, 1-0.
Boy, where'd that miss? Rough way to start an AB on the mound.
Good zip on that one as he just throws it by him for strike one.
And he's looking for his first hit of the game to try to push his hitting streak up to 5 games.
And that's high and off the plate, 2-1.
He's got to find a way to get on any way he can.
Here he comes on 2-1. Here's a ground ball to first. And Delgado will just step on the bag for the out. Alfredo Amezaga will get another shot. Struck out swinging his last time. Now here's the first pitch. Ball 1.
Look to catch a lot of the plate right there.
And this is heading for the seats and out of play to the left. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Needs a little more of the big D there. Discipline.
Swung on and lined softly up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single. Matt Trainer will dig in. Took a cold third strike his last time. And this is off the corner and low, ball 1.
Setting up down and away that time. That's not a bad spot to miss.
Swing and a miss, and I don't think he was expecting a pitch inside. It's 1-1. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Drive to left. And that's a base hit as it gets down in front of a loop. Jose Castillo will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Your attention, please. Number 13, Jose
First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0.
And now he's going to have to work hard to keep that zero clean.
Now it's 2-0.
And you wonder, sooner or later, when is the big hit going to come?
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Not very aggressive there as that's down the middle for strike 1.
And we've seen he'll go to that curveball when he needs a strike.
And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
And I don't know, do you start the runners here with a full count and 1 out?
Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. Stabs for it. He's got it. Throw just does beat him to the bag, and that was pretty close. Cameron Maben will step in. A ground-out victim his last time. And he offers at the circle change and misses 0-1.
92 pitches now, but he's still getting guys to miss that thing.
Pedro ready with the 0-1. And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Now a hard hit ball back up the middle. And a dive by Reyes, but it's by him, a base hit. Jorge Cantu will try again. 0 for 3 thus far. In the dirt. Might not be enough to try it. 2 down, runners at first and second. Boy, in a mid-80s fastball that time, but it's a called strike, 1-1.
Boy, and that is just the definition of hitting your spots.
Now a bullet foul as the third base coach had to give it the old Olay that time. Now the fastball here is swung on and grounded foul. Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And not nearly in time as the run scores easily. Aaron Heilman will come in and pitch now. Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone. And at the plate is the young shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground to short. And a dive by Reyes, but it's by him, a base hit. And the runner will score from second.
Well, they summoned the righty out of the bullpen to get a favorable matchup, but this time it backfires on him.
Big spot here. First and second, 2 men gone, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Jeremy Hermida. And that misses for ball 1.
And now this is where the rubber meets the road. You've got to bear down here.
And they continue to work below the knees here as that's ball 2.
And it looks like home plate's starting to move around on him pretty good here.
2-0 count, the pitch. And this is sent on the ground for Castillo at second. Throw on to Delgado will be in time, and with that, the side is retired. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. The Mets lead this one 5-3. New pitcher set to go now. It's the young righty out of Texas A&M, Logan Kensing. Luis Castillo will lead things off here in the bottom half of inning number 8. And they guessed right on the bunt, but this is going to be close. And he fans on the barehanded attempt, so that ought to be scored as a bunt single. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
And this is their 4th pitcher of the night, so there's not much left after this.
Runs up to bunt here, but this is going to kick just foul down the line. Now here it comes. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
And you don't want hitters to fall into that comfort zone up there, so a good idea to run the fastball in that time.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone. The young Marlins taking their act on the road, and they lead it here in the 8th inning as you get a look at our line score through the first 7. Andy Chavez will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. The pitch. Called strike 0-2.
Man, I've seen guys be more aggressive clipping their hedges. Swing the bat.
Good waist pitch, 1-2.
Got to look to try and slap that thing the other way.
1 out, nobody on. Now here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count now.
And they obviously think he'll chase a fastball with 2 strikes because they keep going to it.
And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Well, if he's got the confidence to throw it 2-2, let's see if he throws it 3-2.
And a slider that time as it's hit on the ground, but foul. Now a fastball, and he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Amezaga is camped under this one, and he's got it for out number 2. Marlin Anderson will dig in. He singled his last time around. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And this has been a great inning out of the pen. Let's see if he can finish it strong.
Grounded, foul. Rolled softly down the line, and that is a foul ball.
No, that's foul.
Another 0-2 coming. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets as they hang on to their 5-3 lead. Willie Randolph's out of the dugout, and he's making his way toward home plate, so we'll likely see a double switch here. Ninth inning save situation now as they turn to one of the best in the business, left-hander Billy Wagner. Dan Uggla will stand in. He popped out in his last time. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. Fastball, and that ran in on him as he had to limbo out of the way that time. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. Now another pitch is hit foul and headed for the seats, so the count will stay put at 1-2. Grounded to right at third. High throw, and it's over his head.
This is just a situation where he never locks in on his target, and as a result, this one just gets away from him.
Josh Willingham will stride in, grounded out his last time through. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Boy, it feels like no one sat down since about the 7th inning.
And this will be swung on and missed as Willingham falls behind now 0-2.
Oh, and he reached back for a little something extra there.
Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there. He's set, now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Cody Ross will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. This is taken outside for ball 1. Fastball misses badly there, and he's behind 2-0. Missed with it again, and it's 3-0 now.
And they obviously want to work him away, as that's 3 straight on the outside part of the plate.
And he lays off, ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done. Cortez will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. Off his glove, and it bounces away. So now 2 men in scoring position. And he looks at a slider in there, 1-1.
And this is a big opportunity here for a young player to prove himself to his new ball club.
Swing, hot shot to the left side. And a relay home. Oh, and the tag will get him at the plate as the potential tying run is cut down trying to score. Robert Andino will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. Here's the first offering. And that misses, ball 1.
And if this isn't a great baseball game, I don't know what is.
And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
And on 2-0, you should probably be taking here. You've got to have base runners.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1.
On the corner like he wanted, but I think that pitch needs to come down a bit more or it'll get hit.
The 2-1. And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1. This will be a called strike 2, and trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Boy, and it's all come down to this.
Now a ball hit hard but fouled as this one forces the third base coach to dance out of danger. Struck him out for out number 3, so that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first. So it's a win for the Mets, and Soup, let's check out our new era cap heads-up play of the game.
Well, he makes the game a little closer than I'm sure he would have liked it to be, but despite giving up a run in the ninth, he's able to hold on and pick up the save. Well, Matt, let's take another look. This was a tie ball game at this point, but here comes the go-ahead run across the score. From there, they would never look back.
And Dave, I think we can pretty much put aside any injury concerns as Pedro is back, and he's our upper deck player of the game.
Well, Matt, he started to wear down there a bit at the end, but still 7 2/3 good innings out of him. He was the difference in this one.
So that brings us to the conclusion of this one. For my colleagues Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler and all of us here at the show, this is Matt Vasgersian saying thanks for joining us here this evening. Once again, our final score. The Mets come out on top, 5-4. This has been a presentation of MLB 08 The Show. For more, log on to MLB08.com. Good night, everybody.